Angela Kelly's getting us ready for the growing season.
She joins us live from the Green Bay Botanical Garden this morning. Good morning, Ange.
Hi, good morning. Well, before you do anything in your yard or garden, your tools need to be ready, and obviously this one is not. This is what can happen if you don't clean and sharpen your gardening tools. Mark Conlock is the Director of Horticulture here at the Green Bay Botanical Garden. Good morning.
Good morning, Angela.
So why don't you take us through each of the tools and how we should clean and sharpen them. We'll start with the shovels.
Yeah, you bet. So if you haven't put your tools away and given them a nice coat of oil before you use them, like you said, you want to clean them. So you can take a hose and wash off any dirt that remains. If it's rusty, you want to take some steel wool and kind of clean it off of there. If it's hard to get it off, you can use a product like PB Blaster or WD-40 to help eat through the rust so you don't have to do so much arm work. The other thing is if you have a really rusty shovel or something like that, it's beyond repair obviously that you show, but you can use a grinder with a brush on there to get some of the rust off so that you don't have to scrape it off yourself so much with your arm power.
And we want to keep these edges nice and sharp as well.
Exactly. So we use what's called a bastard file that you can just buy at any hardware store. And you want to make sure you put gloves on in case you slip because you don't want to cut yourself once the edge of that shovel gets really sharp.
So how would you actually do that? Can you show us real quick?
Yeah, you can put it in a vise to hold it or kind of put it between your legs sometimes. And you just go this way. Just go one way, don't go back and forth. Just go one direction to the tip, and then you would do it from the other side too. And you can kind of feel when it starts to get sharp, and you'll see the iron filings go off, and you'll know that you're sharpening it that way. It just helps really dig through the soil better when it's sharper.
Okay, let's head over here to the pruners or the clippers.
Yep, it's really important to keep these guys sharp as well because they cut easier. They don't crush the stems of the plants that way, and you do what you're supposed to do, which is a nice clean cut. So if you notice it's not cutting correctly, what you want to do is clean the rust off again, and then you can either take a mill file or a honing stone and just go once again just one direction along the blade until it's sharp. And you can try putting a little piece of paper in there and it would cut it really finely.
And some people might think, you know, do I really need to do that every time? First of all, how often should people be doing this, cleaning their tools and sharpening?
Yeah, you want to clean your tools every time that you before you put them away. It's a good idea to wash off the dirt and that because that way it won't rust and then you won't have to do all the hard work of it. The pruning tools, you want to, you can just sharpen them when you notice it starts to crush the stem and it's not doing its job correctly. It's important to keep them in good shape because some of these tools are relatively expensive, especially
like
the high quality ones. Yeah, they can cost, $50 or more.
Yep.
So if you take care of them, they'll last a really long time and they'll do their job and your plants will look great.
Thank you, Mark. We're going to be doing all things gardening this morning. We're going to be doing some pruning a little bit later. And also, if you see right there on the floor, getting your indoor seedlings planted. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah, get a jump on the season.
I don't have a green thumb. We'll toss it back to you guys.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Ange.
Yeah.